welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
The kicker, Tyler Bass, has us ready to start, and off we go from Buffalo. Dejounte Wester now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Ravens will come out, and they are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
We had a couple of his games early in his career, and of course, all the way to his days back in college, his athleticism jumps off the screen. But Mike, these last couple years, his development as a true passer, his ability to operate from the pocket, that's what's really taken his game to this MVP level. And tell you what, we didn't think there was a lot more things that he could do on a football field, and it seems like every year he's proven otherwise.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 4. In motion goes Likely. Play action now. Jackson. Open right side is Likely. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Trying to avoid the early 3 and out, they face 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Henry. And he's only going to be able to get back to the line. That's all. 3 plays to start. Quick 4th down.
That's really well done defensively, Mike. The key to these situations is you got to engage with the blocker, bottle it up, but then you have to get off the block, find the ball, bring them down. That's exactly what they do. No gain, 4th down.
On 4th down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. Deep for the Bills is Brandon Codrington. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Henry. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you could see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all, and ends up being taken down for a loss.
Jackson now on 2nd down. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And he's out of bounds, gain of about 10, so that'll help as they get set to face a 3rd down.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often, so I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
On third down, here's a run by Henry. Moving this to the 36-yard line will give them enough. Chains will move. It's a first down.
An early test here for that offensive line, and they come through. They're going to have to continue to find space in the ground game for their running backs to continue to move the chain. So, nice job there. Give them a lot of credit. Now the question is, what is the adjustment on the defensive side of the ball in the next third down situation?
And he'll lean forward, getting this to about the 35. Taylor Rapp is there to stop it.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. That's into the hands of Flowers. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Third and short, Jackson. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. 1st and goal coming up.
Big-time conversion here on third down to extend this drive. This opening script, Mike, has been flawless up until this point. It feels like they've got to come away with 6. It feels like a 3-point settle would be a letdown, and they have to find a way to finish this drive in the end zone.
That is caught back corner of the end zone. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Tyler Loop now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Brandon Codrington. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bills offense heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback Josh Allen in the prime of his career.
I think in today's modern NFL, if you had the ability to create a quarterback and all the qualities that come along with it, Josh Allen's at or near the top of the list. And what I mean by that, Mike, is he's big, he's mobile, he can run to escape, but he can also run as a designed option. And then, of course, in the passing game, he can make every throw. He's smart. He elevates those around him. The last piece of the puzzle, can he get over the hump and have that postseason success to really put him in that upper echelon category? So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
He connects with Palmer on that one. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game. Don't stress the protection. And while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. On the ground, this is James Cook. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Buffalo.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. From the gun, it's Allen. Back into the hands of Shakir.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Allen now on second down. And he's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple, and now we've got third down coming up.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
Little miscommunication there, now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
So, on fourth down, the Bills send out Brad Robbins to punt. Rajante Wester deep for Baltimore. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Ravens offense ready to see the football for the second time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
2nd and 10. On the option, they give it to Henry. And he nearly got free. But as it is, a gain of 6. It sets up third down.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 23 yards on that pass play. First down, Baltimore.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
His tight end. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. And I don't think it's going to be his last.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
It's so easy for us up here in the booth, Mike, to say, hey, that's the wrong read. He's got to pull that and take it to the outside. But I promise you, it happens so fast, and these defensive players have gotten so good at giving false indicators. Sometimes it's hard for the quarterback to know, should I give it or should I pull it?
There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
On third down, Jackson. Rolling to the left. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
He'll try to power ahead with Ricardo. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits, what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal?
In motion goes Likely. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. The task a bit tougher as they face second and goal. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins, as they will see what they can do with this third and goal. Jackson looking to throw. Now a screen set up for Henry. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag back in the backfield. Is it a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? What a critical flag. Roughing the passer, it sets up first and goal. Jackson going to keep it himself. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
Second and goal. Now it's from the 6-yard line. Here's Henry. And he'll get into the end zone. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now, the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Ravens move out on top, 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now Codrington to return. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Bills offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And a nice game there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
That's taken in, Keon Coleman. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another 1st down. Allen going to give this to Davis. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. It was Odafe Owe to make the play. From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. That's Palmer, the man in motion. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Allen going to keep it on the zone read. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Bills 1st down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
To the air on 2nd down. Here's Allen. That's complete to his tight end. It's Dawson Knox.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and So far, they've done a great job.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
On fourth down, Tyler Bass now for the Bills field goal. And this will be from 42 yards out. Bass's kick is good. And the Bills get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. Wester now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Now, Jackson. There's the veteran tight end, Andrews. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Play clock has expired. We're not going to get this one off on time. From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. On the give, here's Henry. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. He'll go again here with Henry. Good work on the ground. He's got it. First down. Up at about the 42.
What a luxury, Mike, right? I mean, to have a guy like this that you know when you need these tough yards, you can just turn around, hand them the ball, and let him go get it. He's had some success already here in the first half, and that's a nice run to keep this drive going.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And he'll get this up to the 44. It is Joey Bosa there on the tackle.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
On play action, here's Jackson. This throw right is taken in by Flowers. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
He'll be taken down at about the 33-yard line. Christian Benford brings him down. Here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Jackson. That's over the middle to the tight end, Andrews. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. That's a gain of 28.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of it.
Good blocking, and he's in. Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
A try here for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Ravens move out to a 21-3 advantage. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now Codrington to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bills offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This one complete to Palmer. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
At least close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Allen going to give it to Cook. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. That's 17 yards, and that's a 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his...
And he's in. Dawson Knox Touchdown, Buffalo. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills get a bit closer here. It's now 21-10. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Wester now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now Jackson. He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Play action now. Jackson looking into the middle. There's Flowers. Now it's 2nd and 1. From the gun, Jackson. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Jackson up top again. And it's into the hands of Flowers. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. To the air one more time with Jackson. The throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a 1st down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width.
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. So, halftime straight ahead. And we go down to Scott Hanson, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now Codrington to return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bills offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Moore going in motion. On 2nd down, here's Allen. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. That's caught. Left side, it's complete. A pickup of 15 in the air. First down, Buffalo.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2. Throw once more. Here's Allen. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. Good for a Bills first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They have a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. In motion, Shakir. Allen going to throw again. It is brought in the end zone. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Bills. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Allen leading the Bills to the line for this two-point try. He'll drop to throw. That's going to wind up incomplete. They tried for two, and it does not pan out.
Anytime you fail on a two-point try, there's always going to be second-guessing about whether that was the right play call. In this case, they decided to throw the ball, which I like. They just need better execution, and they end up coming up a little short.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return, it's Keaton Mitchell. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. In motion goes Likely. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. We're going to go right back to Henry. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on first down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on 2nd down. But now after taking a loss on 1st and 2nd, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on 3rd down.
3rd and long for Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground. Thought that one might have had a chance for a second there, but not to be. It's a pickup of 8, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
So the drive ends, and on comes Jordan Stout to kick it away. Back deep is Brandon Codrington. That one going to land a little too close to the goal line. Doesn't stop into the end zone. It's a touchback. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Thrown quickly, that's more on the RPO. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
now on second down. He connects with Palmer on that one. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. 15-yard pickup there. First down, Buffalo.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Cook. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Play action now, and here's Allen. A pass caught right side by Coleman. This is 3rd and 6. From the gun, Josh Allen. That one on target to Moore. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's his second catch on the drive. This one is good for 20 yards.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Tackle there by Trenton Simpson. From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, throw here for Allen. He's into space past the 25. And he will finally be taken down inside the 10-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 33 yards.
So it's man coverage, Mike. You have to keep track of who your responsibility is. And in this case, he just drops him. He's wide open, short throws, turn into long runs, and they're inside the red zone.
Moore going in motion. They go play action now. Here's Allen. A throw on the move is caught. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Dawson Knox. Touchdown, Buffalo. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Well, the play fake gets its job done, and so too does the tight end. Always a great target down there, as you know, Greg, near the end zone.
And this is where, Mike, so many tight ends do their damage. Down here in the goal line where the threat of run gets so much attention. And oftentimes it just takes the slightest hesitation by a defender. You see a tight end pop wide open, and in this case, results in the touchdown.
Fake the handoff, and now it's Allen. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return, it's Mitchell. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Pistol give to Henry. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Slot man in motion right. 2nd down. Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Raven 1st down.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. Man, some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game, and that's a nice pickup there.
From the 41, it's 2nd and 1. They'll run it with Henry. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be 1st and goal. They've got it at the 3. It's a big play on 4th down. 42 yards. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. What a moment in this game. A touchdown would give them the late lead. It is 1st down and goal. Henry. Touchdown! So, a costly penalty here. It wipes away the touchdown. Now it is 1st and goal. Here's Jackson. He's got his big tight end, Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it. And the Ravens have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Now Cotrington to return. They get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Bills offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Allen. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, it's Allen. That one into the hands of Moore downfield. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 37 yards.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this fourth quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
1st and 10, and it's Allen. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Man in motion is Coleman. To the air on 2nd down. Here's Allen. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, You're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So it is back to a one-point game now in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. Wester now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33. From the gun, Jackson. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
This is the point in the game, Mike, where on 3rd down, you have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the 1st down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
Jackson going to keep it himself, and he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Jackson now on 2nd down. Now a screen set up for Henry. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Now it's Jackson going for it all. That's hard. And he will go all the way. Tylan Wallace. Touchdown, Ravens. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the 4th quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
The extra point try forthcoming. He's got it, and the Ravens are going to open up the lead to 8. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now Cotrington to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Off the play fake, here's Allen. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight, and it gives the team a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Plenty of room after that catch. Big gainer of 23.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day. You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight. But nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Allen going to give this to Davis. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Shotgun draw, trying to catch him off guard here, Mike, but the defense was having none of it. Thought it took a little too long to develop. Gave that defense enough time to get back there, stop him for no gain.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Taking off, he'll try to get there. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
They'll go play action here with Allen. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but
he will do it himself. He's in. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Bills. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a 2-part story? Part 1 taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this two-point conversion here to tie it up.
So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for two. Off the play fake, it's Allen. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So the lead is down to just 2 now in the fourth quarter as they kick it off. Wester now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. Lamar going to hang on to it. They'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
When this offense is really in gear, Mike, a lot of it is because of the ability of Lamar Jackson running the football. He is what makes this thing go, and you can see why.
They'll run it on 1st down with Henry. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Jackson now. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Benford.
And it's just the last thing you can afford to do, especially in this situation. Like, there's just no need to force the ball. You're playing with a lead. It's late in the game, and I know he's got a lot of confidence in his arm, and he thinks he can get away with it, but that decision, it proves to be costly.
The Bills offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Allen. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now, 2nd and inches. They'll drop to throw. He'll step up and run this. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
And he's out of bounds on the pass play. but that's good for 8 yards.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Play action now, and here's Allen. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
The tight end going in motion to the left. 3rd and a yard. Allen. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. Double as good there. They get the 1st down and save a timeout.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
And he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker right now. Now the Ravens use their 1st timeout, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. From the gun, Josh Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
This one caught right side by Knox. And he's got another one. Dawson Knox. Touchdown, Buffalo. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man. They're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
Pass is kick is good. And the Bills will up the lead to 5. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. On the return, it's Mitchell. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's Henry. And he'll pick up 2 out to the 27. Second down, 8 for the 1st down. Jackson. Open man. That's Bateman downfield. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout. A big one here in the fourth quarter. 35 yards. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. He'll try and set up the screen to Hill. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Hill. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd. And they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Here's 1st down. Now, Jackson. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Taron Johnson.
And with time not on their side, they're trying to push the ball, generate some sort of chunk play by throwing the ball over the top of the defense. It's going to end up being a little bit too predictable. The defense is able to take the ball away, and barring something crazy happening, puts them in a prime position to close this one out.
They bring the tight end in motion. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Allen down to an 8, and that should do it. So the Bills Mafia goes home happy. It's a win for Buffalo. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That's the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.